Greetings, I am Samyo Hangma Rai, and today we're going to study the chapter titled The Maya Empire of Grade 9. So let's begin the class now.
The Maya Empire. The Maya Empire, centered in the tropical lowlands of what is now Guatemala, reached the peak of its power and influence around the 6th century AD. The Maya excelled at agriculture, pottery, hieroglyph writing, calendar making, and mathematics, and left behind an astonishing amount of impressive architecture and symbolic artwork. Most of the great stone cities of the Maya, however, were abandoned by 900 AD. The Maya civilization was one of the most dominant indigenous society of Mesoamerica, present Mexico and Central America. Unlike other scattered indigenous populations of Mesoamerica, the Maya were centered in one geographical block covering all of the Yucatan Peninsula and modern-day Guatemala, Belize, and parts of the Mexican states of Tabasco and Chiapas, and the western part of Honduras and El Salvador. This concentration showed that the Maya remained relatively secure from invasion by other Mesoamerican peoples. The Maya lived in three separate sub-areas with distinct environmental and cultural differences: the northern Maya lowlands on the Yucatan Peninsula, the southern lowlands in the Petén district of northern Guatemala and adjacent portions of Mexico, Belize, and western Honduras, and the southern Maya highlands in the mountainous regions of southern Guatemala. Most famously, the Maya of the southern lowland region reached their peak during the classic period of Maya civilization, 250 AD to 900, and built the great stone cities and monuments that have fascinated explorers and scholars of the region. The earliest Maya settlements date to around 1800 BC. The earliest Maya were agriculture growing crops such as corn, beans, squash, and cassava. About 300 BC, Maya farmers began to expand their presence both in the highland and lowland regions. The Middle Pre-Classic period also saw the rise of the first major Mesoamerican civilization, the Olmecs. Like other Mesoamerican peoples, the Maya derived a number of religious and cultural traits as well as their number system and their famous calendar from the Olmecs. In addition to agriculture, the pre-classic Maya also displayed more advanced cultural traits like pyramid building, city construction, and the inscribing of stone. The classic period, which began around 250 AD, was the golden age of the Maya Empire. Classic Maya civilization grew to some 40 cities. Each city held a population of between 5,000 and 50,000 people. At its peak, the Maya population may have reached 200,000. Excavations of the Maya sites have unearthed plazas, palaces, temples, and pyramids, as well as courts for playing the ball games that were ritually and politically significant to Maya culture. Maya cities were surrounded and supported by a large population of farmers. The Maya were deeply religious and worshipped various gods related to nature, including the gods of the sun, the moon, rain, and corn. At the top of Maya society were the kings, who claimed to be related to gods and followed a hereditary succession. They were thought to serve as mediators between the gods and people on earth and performed the elaborate religious ceremonies and rituals so important to the Maya culture. The classic Maya built many other temples and palaces in a stepped pyramid shape, decorating them with elaborate reliefs and inscriptions. These structures have earned the Maya their reputation as the great artists of Mesoamerica. Guided by their religious ritual, the Maya also made significant advances in mathematics and astronomy, including the use of the zero and the development of a complex calendar system based on 365 days. Though early researchers concluded that the Maya were a peaceful society of priests and scribes, later evidence, including a thorough examination of the artwork and inscriptions on their temple walls, showed the less peaceful side of Maya culture. From the late 8th through the end of the 9th century, something unknown happened to shake the Maya civilization to its foundations. One by one, the classic cities in the southern lowlands were abandoned, and by 900 AD, Maya civilization in that region had collapsed. The reason for this mysterious decline is unknown, though scholars have developed several competing theories. Some believe that by the 9th century, the Maya had exhausted the environment around them to the point that it could no longer sustain a very large population. Other Maya scholars argue that constant warfare among competing city-states led the complicated military, family, and trade alliances between them to break down, along with the traditional system of dynastic power. As the stature of the holy lords diminished, the complex traditions of rituals and ceremonies dissolved into chaos. Finally, some catastrophic environmental changes, like an extremely long, intense period of drought, may have wiped out the classic Maya civilization. Drought would have hit cities like Tikal, where rainwater was necessary for drinking as well as for crop irrigation. All three of these factors may have played a part in the downfall of the Maya in the southern lowlands. The Maya Empire, known for their agriculture, pottery, hieroglyph writing, calendar making, and mathematics, it was divided into three portions: the northern Maya lowlands, southern Maya lowlands, and southern Maya highlands. The Maya Empire is also known for their calendar Olympic, and they strictly followed it to make calendars. But not only that, Maya Empire is also famous for the pyramid building, city building, as well as stone inscription. After a lot of excavation done, multiple plazas, temples, and palaces have also been unearthed. The Maya Empire was highly religious. The kings served as mediators between the gods as well and the civilians. They believed that the kings were descendants of the gods. However, Mayas were not as peaceful as we had imagined it to be. Upon further reading of the hieroglyphs, it was understood that war had been going on between the Maya states. It also emphasized the importance of human torture as well as human sacrifice. Slowly, Maya began collapsing, and most of them had guessed whether it could be the reason, whether exhaustion of resources or even the war could be the reason. But others have also speculated whether the reason could be drought, complex traditions, or even change in dynastic powers, which led to the ultimate downfall of the Maya Empire. Homework: what lessons can we learn from the chapter? Why do you think that the complex traditions became chaotic? How was your class today? If you have any feedback or suggestions, please feel free to write to us at learning@yourwalk.edu.np. See you in the next class with another lesson. Thank you.